All
Mhm.
right. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of what could be the wildest episode of the world's finest. Well, not yet the world's number one podcast, but the world's finest live and uncut podcast, and probably Fulham's, well, no, London's greatest entertainment team. This is the boys from Bossk. I'm joined by my co-padres, my fellow bounty hunters, my searchers of dreams, the amazing Big Dave and the Kirby. How are you, boys? You all right?
For a second there, I thought you said we were a racist podcast, and I was like, okay, calm down.
No. I hope not. God, we hate everybody and everything. We despise you greatly, and we hate all races. I certainly hope not. I've done my best not to be a hater, but you never know. Any number of things can happen in this world, and it becomes quite strange. So it's been a relatively quiet week. A few things happened, but probably the biggest news was a certain trailer dropped the day after we mentioned it on last week's show, and it literally became the most watched trailer in a 24-hour period.
Yeah, over Endgame.
Yeah, it smashed Endgame out of the park, and I was quite surprised about that myself, because I don't think, but at the same time, not. And that trailer was the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Now it got dropped the day before as somebody copied it off somebody's phone, and it looked rubbish. I don't know if you boys saw that version. You couldn't see much on it.
I'd waited for the proper version.
Let's wait for the official one. It's 12 hours.
And so the official one came out. I assume both of you have seen it.
Multiple times.
I thought it looked absolutely fantastic. It didn't give away as much as I thought they would.
I like how the rumors have just started already.
Yeah, there's been a lot, and it does look like it's fulfilled some level of prophecy. So it does look like, I don't know how you boys felt, but the Sinister Six, famous in the comic books for taking on Spider-Man, are going to be the main characters. And so far as I can tell, they've shown us the return of Melina as Dr. Octopus from what some people have considered to be the best Spider-Man film, Spider-Man 2.
I watched it not long ago, about 6 months ago. I reckon I watched it.
Yeah.
And it holds up, man. It really does. It is a good film.
Much better in ways. Not that the first Spider-Man was bad, but it was much easier in a way that you could see the villain's face at least.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first film, you had that. Do you remember that scene when Goblin hit Spider-Man with a sort of knockout gas? And there's a long conversation. It just looks weird because there's no mouths moving, and it's like this scene looks. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember. And then they had it where his mask would always get broken if he was having a big fight.
Yeah. So you can see the emotion on his face, and how nobody learned he was Peter Parker. Like the world didn't know that it was Peter Parker. I don't know. Although Spider-Man, Dave, what did you think of the trailer? Where you did it get your senses tingling? Did you get Dave tingles?
Not really. A minute. No. He actually does look pretty
one
good.
day you'll go sit down on me, on there, and I'm just gonna walk off.
I'm the miserable one. You should know that by now.
I'm not having that. You're the least. Well, no, you are pretty miserable, but you're also one of the cheeriest people I know. Did you get the Davy tingle?
Sort of. I think it's going to be very good, especially with Cumberbatch. I think he's going to take the lead role in this, I think, instead of Peter Parker.
Or is he?
Oh, I don't know. It seems like it in the trailer, doesn't it?
I just hope it leads straight into, I think, Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to be more focused on Spider-Man, although Cumberbatch will play a big part in some of the scenes. So far I've spotted Green Goblin. We had his voice.
We actually saw him throw a bomb as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you didn't actually see
saw
him.
Dr. Octopus. Some people have said the lizard can be seen. I don't know about that. All I can see is a shadow.
Electro, definitely. I think
Electro is spotted. And I think the original Sinister Six was what? Vulture,
Scorpion,
Octopus, Scorpion,
Shocker,
and who else? Electro. It'll be interesting to see if that's a lineup for this one, because I think out of a lot of them, we haven't seen Scorpion.
No.
And it'll be interesting to see how they bring the Vulture back in. And also, how long is this film going to be?
Was that Michael Keaton's character?
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah.
Vulture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did say he was going to do the role again. So has he done it yet, or is he going to do it in the future? After Batman.
Because the Vulture's in prison at the moment, so I assume it's going to be different versions of Spider-Man, unless they release him because Spider-Man's been exposed. But I reckon, it's going to be different versions of said Spider-Man that appears in this. Different versions of Vulture that appear. So I don't know. I'm thinking all the current rumor is all 3 Spider-Men are going to appear. Is there too much going on in this film, boys? I'll hit you with that first, Dave. Is there too much going on in this movie?
Well, I'd like to say
last time you had...
no, because you've got the Avengers and stuff, and there's like 20 people in that, and that was still a good film. So you're probably going to get what, 10 characters?
All 3 Spider-Men.
They're not going to have major stuff together, are they? So
Sinister Six, 6 of those. Your Mary Jane, your Cumberbatch. Wong's pissed off.
Well, yeah, you can see Wong. You can see Wong going to Shang-Chi. Or has he? Because it's the multiverse of madness. Is he going, and then does he come back?
No, Wong's just been like white people and just fucked off. He's had enough. He's like, you white folks always causing trouble, and then left. And that's Wong going into Shang-Chi in a appearance. And then I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really. I don't know what they plan to do with Spider-Man after this, because apparently I think this is the last contracted one between Marvel and Sony. It'll be interesting to see how they tighten with Venom. And even Morbius, which is another character.
It's so weird that they're doing that. I just think it's such a weird character to do.
It is, but I think it's kind of like, if they pull it off, right, it'll kind of be like
But Sony are doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, it'll kind of be like
in
a way with Iron Man. Like Iron Man was kind of a weird first choice for Marvel, but it kind of works.
Is it Morbius the vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit Blade's mum, apparently.
No. That was Deacon
Frost.
Yeah. That was Deacon Frost. Morbius is the one. He's been in the comics loads of times, and he's not had a successful comic book.
I remember him most from the 90s animated show. He was quite a big player in that.
Yeah. Because he hunted. I can't remember what it was. He got infected with a disease that made him like a vampire, but he wasn't as evil. And I think he had suckers in his fingers. I can't remember exactly what it is. But
like octopus.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of that ties in, because at some point Venom and Spider-Man have to meet. I can't believe it's gone on this long. And did any of you hear the story about what Marvel happened with Jim Shooter? I think it was. And basically, Marvel didn't own any of the rights to Venom or a few other characters. And they literally phoned up Jim Shooter a couple of months ago, asking and paid him 10 grand for the rights.
Oh, really?
They had no written evidence that they had ownership of those characters, like the black costume and a few characters from Secret Wars.
Oh, wow.
Which I think confirms that they're definitely going to be doing Secret Wars sometime soon.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be the end game movie. You know, like it's all going to lead up to that, I reckon.
because I've been playing a game that just came out. It was Future Fight, which is basically Secret Wars, but they haven't called it the Secret Wars, which makes me think Marvel's doing it even more because they don't want anybody using that title. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, and it's gonna be big. It's gonna be crazy. Why is anybody? But yeah, I reckon that's gonna be the next big one.
I think with Spider-Man, it looks like it's being based on One More Day, which is where Aunt May gets shot. So in Civil War, Peter Parker reveals his identity, and then the Kingpin hires a sniper and ends up shooting Aunt May. Peter goes to Mephisto to sell his soul to get Aunt May back, but he's like, "No, I want you and MJ's marriage," and I think that's what they're doing here.
Yeah,
but they can't do Mephisto because you can't do the devil in China, can you?
I honestly don't know what the rules on that are because I know they don't like spiritual stuff, but I've watched a lot of Chinese films recently and there's a hell of a lot of like spooky, ghosty stuff going on. So I don't know what the strict rules are concerning that, but we'll see. I think Marvel only left to release like 4 films in China, or at least there's only 4 American films that are allowed to be released every year in China.
Yeah.
So effectively, I think, I don't know if Spider-Man is going to be one of those. Spider-Man! But it'll be interesting if it does happen.
Well, it's definitely going to be Shang-Chi, isn't it?
They hope, but I don't even think Shang-Chi might do well over there because I think the lead actor...
His parents defected, didn't they?
Yeah, they ran away from they left China, and I think the Chinese don't like that sort of thing. They don't like that sort of thing at all. So it'll be interesting to see how well that film does. The reviews have been fantastic so far, and I can't wait to see it. I think me and the Big Dave again next Monday to hit that one up. I know you'll be working, Mike, but we'll be thinking of you, bro. Do you think you'll be going to the cinema to go and watch it at any point, or you like?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Marvel films are worth going to cinema, aren't they?
Oh, this one especially looks fantastic. I like a bit of the kung fu, and I think Jackie Chan. I'm more of a Bruce Lee fan than a Jackie Chan fan, but they apparently pay big homage to both of them in the films, especially the bus scene fight, which we've seen a few clips of. So I'm especially looking forward to that. Now, before we move on to What If, which we saw the latest episode of, I just want to say I've started becoming really obsessed with Walking Dead again, and the new season's come on Disney Plus. Have any of you I know you both stopped watching it, didn't you, at some point? Do you think you could be tempted to come back to it? To be honest, I've never been a big fan of zombie films, and Walking Dead had a really cool premise, which made me watch it for I think 3 seasons. But then I think it went to, because for those couple of seasons, I think it was on terrestrial TV at one point, or was it always on Sky?
It was on Fox.
It was always on Fox.
Yeah.
Because I watched the first 3 seasons, and then for some reason I stopped being able to watch it, and I think it got up to the episodes when they were in the prison, and then it just felt like really repetitive.
When Rick's wife died.
Yeah, I think that's where I got up to, and I might have seen a few episodes here or there, but I got back into it. And Negan, superb character. I'm really enjoying that at the moment. Do you think any of you boys could be tempted to come back to that?
No.
I was thinking about this.
All right, in that case, over to Mike. How about you?
I might get in there before Mike went on his little rant. No, I've had enough. Next.
On that bombshell.
I did enjoy
Mike.
I enjoyed the comics, so I hoped I'd enjoy this, but it just seems a bit slow sometimes. Well, there's a lot of filler episodes.
It's very repetitive.
Yeah,
it's like playing a board game, isn't it?
It's just, I don't know. It just felt a bit. I kind of want to know what happens, but I know anyway because I've read the comics, so it's very close to it, isn't it? It's only a little bit different.
Is Rick dead yet?
Yeah, there's certain things they didn't do
Yeah.
in the series, like they didn't cut off.
Yeah, they didn't cut off his hands.
Yeah, they didn't cut off his hand because I think it just would have made it awkward, and filming it and all the rest of it to have a fake hand and all the rest of it.
They killed his son yet?
No.
Oh. I'm definitely not coming back to watch it then if them two are still in it.
No, I think he leaves at some point. I know he's not in the last season.
He left last season, didn't he?
Yeah, because he's going to be doing films.
Yeah, they're going to do 3 films, aren't they? Of him by himself or something.
I'm thinking about it, a lot of people have gone off and done quite decent movies from all had pretty decent careers because there's a young
the brother.
No, what's the name?
Punisher.
Well, the brother went
Punisher.
off.
Oh yeah, the Punisher was in it as well, wasn't he? Yeah.
Black Panther got what's the name for Dora Milaje? Michonne went off and done Black Panther, and don't forget Captain of the USS Discovery, Michael Burnham. She was in it.
Oh yeah.
In fact, she literally left the current episode, the episode before the one I was watching. So yeah, at least some people have gone on to have decent careers.
Oh.
Apart from the main actors.
The rest of them. But isn't that kind of like there's loads of series that are like that? There's like, what was it, the Will and Grace, where the main characters that are meant to be the most popular. No, Heroes. Do you remember that show Heroes?
Yeah, that was great when it started.
Yeah, it was great when it started, but the most popular character was like the Japanese guy.
Hero.
Die! Yeah, Hero, right?
Yeah.
He literally became the most popular character out of nowhere. But obviously they wanted the guy who was Peter.
That's because he was funny.
Yeah. And he was kind of like, he was actually quite heroic in his own way.
It's very endearing.
Whereas Peter Petrelli, he was meant to be the big hero, was like, how bland.
Yeah.
How bland is this dude?
The other guy got quite a big series though.
Star
Trek and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the only one that really broke free, really, isn't he?
He broke through, and I think it was just him. Well, the Petrelli kid he played Stallone's son in the first Rocky film. Sorry, the first remake.
Rocky 4, he was in, wasn't he?
No, Rocky is Rocky. The one where
Rocky
he comes
5.
back when he's 60 or whatever it is, and somehow doesn't.
Oh, Rocky 5 with Tommy Gunn because he got jealous.
No, the one after that. So yeah,
right.
So he played Rocky's son in the current batch of Rocky films, right? So he was in that. And I think that was it. I don't think any of them really made it. But Peter Petrelli was a boring character, and I stopped watching it when they killed off all the black characters. Like literally got rid of them in one season. I was like, really? Okay, well, I'll see you later. And it just became really boring. And that was a really repetitive show. But it had a really good catchphrase: "Save the cheerleader, save the world." Don't forget that. Right, so moving on, the latest episode of What If has hit our screens. It is apparently not that one should go by Rotten Tomatoes, but the lowest rated, I believe, out of all 3.
Really?
Yeah, out of all 3. What did you? I'll
Maybe
start with you.
forgot it was on.
I'll start with you, Dave. What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was probably one of the best ones out of the 3 so far.
It was very different from the other 2, I think.
Very different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it was based on 3 movies, wasn't it? So where the others are all based on 1.
No, in terms of presentation, because I think with the other 2, the what if moment, the bit that changed everything was they showed it at the start. So with Steve Rogers, it was that Steve got Agent Carter didn't go into the box. Everything happened differently. She becomes Captain America, and I think that happened in the first part.
And
then
it was still in the first 7 minutes, wasn't it? So
yeah, and then the second one, it was what was the second one? I've forgotten it already.
That was Black Panther, wasn't it? As
right, Black Panther. So he gets taken up into space instead of Star-Lord. But the third one, you don't find out what actually changed to make everything happen until the final scene.
Well, it was because it was based over 5 days.
They stopped
You're
making
going to get 5
excuses
days in 30 minutes, are you?
No, I'm not. Hey, I enjoyed it. I'm just saying.
And you wanted to know what was killing them off, so that's where it all changed, didn't it?
Mm. I don't know if I buy it. Anyway. I don't know if I buy it that he'd go on this mad, murderous rampage.
Well, I think it's more in line with his I think with his character in the comic book.
In his comics, but not in the.
He was
not in the cinematic universe. He's like completely opposite sort of character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very different.
Mean. He's very protective.
He's very placid, though, isn't he? In the films.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's proper angry. He's like not.
No, but he's not. He's not as angry as he was in there. He was like manga angry.
Mm.
I don't know.
And it's good to see Betty back.
See who?
Betty Ross.
Because it's always about the Black Widow and the Hulk, and it's like you have to mention Betty once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the voice casting was brilliant on it too. But Betty, I just like Betty's existence is one of the reasons I couldn't take her Hulk getting it on with
the Black Widow.
With the Black Widow in Age of Ultron. Because I was watching it, I was like, just how is that a thing? Like at least he had a spiritual connection of some kind with.
And how's the general just disappeared? He was always after the Hulk. And that was never ever brought up, was it? Until back again now.
Oh well. You haven't seen Black Widow, have you?
No.
Okay.
Only a month ago.
Have any of you watched Cruella yet?
Yeah, I watched it the weekend. It's very good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's Dave with a review. Cruella, hit me. Let me get some beats up because I haven't actually watched it all. No, I wasn't joking. What was it like? I haven't watched it.
It was actually a very enjoyable, watchable film for once. And it was completely different how you'd expect it to be. There was only 3 Dalmatians.
Was it connected was it connected to the cartoon or the movie they done? Because I think there's another film out there.
I've never seen the one with I can't think of her name now. Who played Cruella de Vil? Who's the one in
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close, yeah. I've never seen that one. I think that's an after. So this is
Emma Stone's playing her in this film.
Yeah.
How did Emma Stone's roll out on this one? Because
she was very good.
I
really
the last time I remember seeing Emma Stone was actually in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I hated her in that.
No, she's really good in this.
They literally telegraphed her death throughout the entire film, and she kept doing stuff was like, "You're going to die." Like you're going to die if you keep doing that. Like, do you remember the scene when like she goes, "Let me come with you to help Spider-Man try and defeat Green Goblin," and literally all she does is press a button. And I was just like, "Are you for real? That was it? That's your thing."
But this is more of a revenge movie. This is better.
Who else has got it? So Emma Stone, Emma Thompson.
So Emma Thompson is the Baroness, and she's a fashion designer, and she kills Cruella's mum, who actually isn't her mum, because the Baroness is her real mum that you find out during the film.
Oh, cheers, mate.
That's all right. You want me to tell you about it? So I'm telling you. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, it has been out. Well, I had the opportunity to pay for it. Yeah. At some point, I could have actually paid.
You got a very big English cast in there as well.
Yeah, I can't blame you for that. Now, right. So, in terms of that, I'll watch it this weekend. I have to say I'm very ashamed that I don't know. It was just something that I wasn't too into as such, but I will give it a shot.
Well, I only watched it because I was a bit hungover the day after Mike took me out.
Where did you two go? Where was my invite?
You did get invited. You just went out with your other mates.
Fair enough. I'm just right now,
we went to a rock concert.
Ladies and gentlemen, here for a review of the rock. I want to do that to you.
Just make Dave talk for the whole show. That's fine.
I can do
that. Yeah, the boring one. I can't remember yesterday.
I learned my lesson. I've become more and more obsessed with Apple TV because I think Apple TV is probably the most underrated streaming service out there, and I think it's actually possibly in the next couple of years or so, I think it might actually rise up in the position.
You got shares in Apple TV?
I haven't, I swear.
You've just been talking about it for the last 4 weeks, like your new best friend.
Look, they've got so many good shows. Like I started watching a show called Truth Be Told. Now, do you remember all those old creepy podcasts they used to do where people would solve the crime?
Yeah,
like watch them about murders and stuff. That's what Truth Be Told is, right? And for me, it just works really, really well. It's got, I think, Octavia Spencer in it, and Octavia Spencer is just like spends the entire series looking into these crimes and stuff like that. They do connect it to her personally in a way, so like she's got reason to be doing what she's doing. But it's a really good show, and it's only on Apple TV. And quite honestly, I've been watching more stuff on Apple TV than I have Netflix. Not that I hate Netflix.
Netflix has been boring.
Yeah, Netflix is a bit dry.
It's got less stuff on there than most other streaming services, but the stuff it does have on there is such high quality, like the production values, the cast actors they've got in their shows, and it's just standing out a lot. So I'm telling you now, not to buy shares in it, but especially in the run up to Christmas, because you've got some fantastic shows coming up, right? Fantastic shows coming up. And not just like this week, they started a new season of C, which I know Davey didn't like, but I swear to God, it's such a good show. It's set in this like a dystopian world where the entire world went blind and there's been no seeing people for generations. And then basically you join the story as this guy protecting his family has 2 kids and they can see. And from that moment on, everything changes for them. But the way they build the world is they've got their own way of, because everybody's blind, their own way of walking about, listening to stuff, hunting, fighting. And David Momoa is just a beast. And
David Momoa?
What did I say? Did I say?
Not Jason Momoa.
Sorry, Jace. What did I say? David.
Yeah.
I'm being racist again. I'm sorry. Right. So Jason Momoa, but in the second season, Dave Bautista's in it, and it can't get much better than that. Two of the biggest beasts in film, right, on the same screen. That to me, I really recommend you watch the show just because it's really, really good, and it doesn't hold back on the violence. The acting's quite good. The first season, I think, once you get past the first couple of episodes, it's a really good watch.
You said that about The Expanse.
Mike, so watch Skip.
See, he's agreeing with me, see?
No, I'm telling you now, this is a really good, and well, just in terms of budget, it's a great film.
He's gone.
Mike's like, I hate it so much, I'm off. And in the next couple of months, we've got some really, really good shows coming up. Ted Lasso, and I know you love Ted Lasso. So
I watched 4 episodes today of season 2.
The first season was so good. Yeah.
Second season's better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so much better.
They've got shows like The Morning Show, which is quite good. The films tend, I think, to be less good, but they've got some really good series like Foundation, which I think is going to blow everything out of the water.
So how much is it? How much is it a month?
It's only $4.99.
Is it? So would you say have this instead of, I don't know, Amazon?
Easily. Amazon's definitely one of. If I didn't pay every year for it, I would definitely consider getting rid of Amazon. As much as shows like The Boys are fantastic, they're too few and far between.
I don't know. They've made a few good films this year.
Yeah, but they've put a hell of a lot of bad ones on there. I agree, man. Like, there are very few films, and I watched some rubbish films, right? Like some proper like bad films you shouldn't watch, which Amazon's also got loads of those. But Greenland is the first time in a long time where they made a big fanfare about having it. And I still haven't finished it. I stopped watching it after about 30 minutes.
It's a very bad film.
I was like,
is that the King
really?
Arthur one?
No, that's the one with Gerald Butler, and he's got to get his family to safety.
Oh,
They
that
gotta get
one.
his family to- It's the end of the world.
Basically, they got to get to Greenland.
Yeah. But
I
they
thought you
keep
said Green Man. Sorry. Yeah.
they keep forgetting really basic stuff. Like the kids got I think the kids got
Diabetes or something. isn't it?
diabetes, and they forget the insulin. I'm like, literally, it's the apocalypse, and the one thing you shouldn't forget, you forget, and it's just done for effect on the screen. It's like shit. So I reckon, I don't know, it'd be a fight between Amazon and Apple TV, but I think Apple TV, Mythic Quest, I haven't watched yet, but Dave, you said you liked that, didn't you?
No, Mike did.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've only watched like 10 minutes of it.
I watched the first season. I enjoyed that.
I think I'm going to replace my Now TV with it. Because I just think it's much better. Like Now TV, it's definitely at least the movies. Because Now TV, most of the movies I've seen.
But the movie's been very bad on Sky for the last 6 months. Even the premieres.
You
had Wonder Woman on this week. I hope you enjoyed it, Curtis. Oh, you still haven't seen it yet?
It actually hurt my feelings watching Wonder Woman 1984.
I told you it would.
It actually hurt my feelings.
Could have been such a good film. Could have been such a good film.
It could have been an amazing film, but it literally let itself down by like
Pedro Pascal.
It even had a first film. No, Pedro I think is probably one of the better things in it.
Oh no, he was terrible. The guy can't act.
But they forgot that they made Wonder Woman somehow and ended up with this, and that I found quite disappointing.
Mm.
And all this Trevor, I miss you, Trevor. Hey, Trevor. Trevor. And what it was 1984, and Trevor had been dead for over 80 odd years.
Mm.
That was like, come on, man. Are you telling me she's been acting? Well, obviously, yeah, she's been alive for 1,000 years or so. It didn't sit well with me. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm a massive fan of Apple TV at the moment, and I think that if Apple, if you're looking to sponsor anybody, we're here for you. Because I think I can justify getting it. But yeah, it just has a lot of good shows. The budgeting on these shows is fantastic, and I would seriously suggest having that on a regular basis, even more maybe than like I think in terms of quality, it's up there with Disney Plus and maybe a bit better. But
it's a big statement.
Yeah, they've been putting us good stuff.
Well, I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it. I think it makes a really big statement with every episode it does. I don't know how much money they're making out of it, but I'm definitely impressed for it, and I think I hope they get there. They need to invest in something like I think like by Sony or something, so they've got their own franchise. Because I don't know how big some of their sci-fi is going to be, but I think they need a franchise in a way that Amazon seem to be investing a lot in DC product, and they seem to be getting a lot more DC product in terms of than other streaming services. And like I think Netflix has got their Miller World. And the Umbrella Academy. Disney's obviously got Marvel, so I think Apple needs something like that to go and to make.
Didn't Amazon just buy MGM as well?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, MGM's another one. That's the ad, but again, I don't think they've got apart from Bond. I think their franchise is
it's not a bad
limited.
franchise to steal, though, is it?
True, but I think Bond like Predator's very dated, and I'd question how much they can carry it forward. I hope the next film's a huge success because it looks great, but I'd say how many more times can you do a Bond film in the modern era and have it be a huge success when there's so many other better versions, even like what was the? Oh God, I've forgotten the name of it. Why does this always happen when I'm on air? Born.
That's the problem, though, because James Bond tried to be Born.
Yeah.
And then, because I think the good thing about Bond is that they can, anytime they get a new Bond, they effectively reset the franchise, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can do what they want with it. And I think Bond will be.
There's been so many books as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can do what you want with it, really.
Mm.
I mean, you could even just go back. You can just have it stuck in the past, maybe.
That's right. You could do a modern Moonraker, and you could do a modern GoldenEye.
Yeah, like can we do stuff like that? And I think if as long as they get someone decent, and obviously I think they need to modernize who it is as well. So whether that be, someone like Idris, but he's too old for it now, because you need someone who's got at least 20 years in them, really, to do at least 4 movies, maybe 5.
That guy from Bridgerton.
I think he's a good shout. He's suave, isn't he? That's what you need. Yeah, you need suave. You need someone who's like charming, and then maybe sort of. He doesn't have to be, Jason Bourne. He could be a bit more George Gently. Like he could be a bit more suave. He could be a big fighter, but not a brawler. Does that make sense? Because Daniel Craig's like a brawler, whereas like Sean Connery was like judo, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do
you know what I mean? So
Sean Connery's just a big. He was too big to take on. It was like pow. There you go. Son. there's no fight here. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be able to take me on. So let's just do it.
I think they can redo it and have it be really fun.
Do you know one thing they missed that I wish they had? And I know it was really dated, but there was never a Jaws in the new films. And
I thought Dave Bautista was going to be. I thought he had a metal mouth, but he didn't. It was really disappointing.
It would be really cool if they had a version of Jaws just in there and just like, let's fight. That would have been really, really cool.
And Scaramanga.
That was a great name.
Yeah.
But yeah,
a new Odd Job.
I don't know if you can do Odd Job now. Could you?
Of course you can. You can still do an Odd Job.
I just remember every time.
Who was the little Indian fella?
Yeah, he just pick up. Oh God, no, that you.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah,
you couldn't do it. Scaramanga's puppet.
Oh, maybe you could. You did. They did. What was it? Austin Powers, pretty much took the piss out of all that, didn't it? So,
yeah.
Maybe you could.
Yeah, but you couldn't do Austin Powers anymore.
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, because Austin Powers literally takes the piss out of it all. So yeah, I reckon you could. But we shall see. Right, so I don't know. Are you guys big gamers anymore?
Not really.
You into Mike? You game anymore?
I'm literally just really only on my Switch.
Fair enough. Well, you'll get some good games soon, bruv. You're getting the latest version of Metroid.
Oh, that looks wow. Good. Another remake.
Looks good, though.
No, it's not. It's
Nintendo just remake everything, don't they?
No,
never nothing new.
It is new.
What should we have? Oh, another Mario.
Yeah.
Let's bring out Yoshi's Tea Party.
But that's why you get Nintendo, because you can pick it up and play it for half an hour. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, but the original Nintendo had so many great games.
Yeah, I don't know. Switch. I've got The Witcher on the Switch. I've got Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Which they released like a new style of Mega Man yet?
No, not yet.
See, that was a great game.
Yeah, but they will do eventually. I think they should just let you download any old game onto the Switch. You know what I mean?
I think the Switch, they may do lots of remakes, but they're damn good games, and I think it's very few games.
Generation from console to console to console, it's always been remakes of the original Nintendo games. It's like all the games now, they're all just like, oh, when's the next GTA coming out? When's the next FIFA coming out? It's never nothing new.
There is some stuff out there.
The next GTA, though, I heard is going to be Vice City.
Again.
Yeah, but
I think you're pissing him off.
No, I'm just saying in general, like, where's all the ideas gone? It's like movies. Where's all the ideas gone?
It's
They had
because
all these
it's-
ideas for years, and suddenly it's like, oh, this sells. Let's carry on doing the
Yeah,
franchise.
but then that's also the fault of gamers, though, because there are lots of new games that come out and they just
People don't
don't
buy
pay
them.
attention to them.
Because they're shit.
Well, there you go. There are lots of games that come out that are new, but people aren't interested in them. And also I think it's more about making money for a lot of,
Everything's about
in
money,
the sense
Curtis.
that but it's all about optimizing the amount of money they make. So the one thing I love about Nintendo is Nintendo will put out a single player games. It's still a big part of what Nintendo do. And multiplayer is like multiplayer back in the day. It's an
Well,
add-on
Nintendo's
to those.
family based. That's the only thing I like
Yeah,
about that.
but it's an add-on to the single player game a lot of the time. Whereas with a lot of console games, especially on the Xbox, the multiplayer, and I'm sure it's the same with the PlayStation, seems to be more important than the single player experience a lot of the time.
It's all the online play now, isn't it?
Yeah, and you make so much money from online playing. Like I literally can't play Call of Duty anymore because I go into the multiplayer.
Because there's so many of them.
Understand what's going on.
And they're all the same. And people don't realise they're all the same.
They're like, you don't have season passes anymore. You have you've got season passes, but they're like season pack. I'm like, but what am I getting in the pack? You can't.
You're getting that gun that kills everyone. And then all the newbies come on and you blast them to bits and they get pissed off and never play it again.
I'm just like, it's too much. I can't. Multiplayer games. I haven't played multiplayer ages ago. The last time I was really into multiplayer was when I used to play PC, I think. And no, there was a golden period. Mike, you weren't there, but it was a golden age when me, Dave, what was it, the hairdresser from
Phil,
Tony, we were all playing Call of Duty. I think it was Call of Duty 4.
Oh yeah, and Dorian. Yeah, there was loads of us.
Yeah, Dorian.
The whole team.
That was the last time we were really into multiplayer gaming. We could play with each other and do.
You don't say we play with each other. That's wrong.
No, I didn't say touch each other. We'd play the multiplayer game, and that was the last time it was fun. But that's just before the boxes started coming
crazy.
And for me, it sucked the fun out of it. But clearly, judging by Fortnite, where apparently they've just announced you can play as Will Smith.
Oh wow!
I'm not joking. You can now play as Will Smith. From Bad
I want to be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, please.
And no, well, they did this is what I don't get. They did a Martin Luther King event on Fortnite. They opened up a space where you could go and listen to his 1963 speech. And loads, I don't know. They've had rock concerts in there. They've had
this is like The Sims all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, Fortnite again. People pay a lot of money to play Fortnite. I think the packs go up to 70 quid.
And that was a free game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and somebody's paying for it. Somebody's making money for it. So it's never enthralled me. But do you guys ever get the urge to go back into multiplayer gaming? I certainly don't. I'd love to, but I certainly don't. Not even on my PC.
I played Mario Kart online quite a lot. That's about and Pokemon.
I used to love playing Mario Kart.
I think that
was my go-to game on the Wii.
Yeah, it's good fun.
But I need to get a new Switch because this one's dead. I don't know why it's dead, but it's dead. I cracked the screen, but now it won't even work in the pack. We need to set up a tournament. I think that may be the redemption back to multiplayer if we can have a Mario Kart tournament.
100%.
We can set up a Boys from Bossk League. That's
Oh wow, the three of us.
Well,
that means I have to go waste £200 on the Switch, yeah?
I'll get the gang back together. I know you remember Lucy Weil. She's got one of those. I'm sure we get TC to put the investment in. His kids are old enough, and a few other people.
Yeah, I'm not wasting money on that.
Oh God!
Because I'm gonna buy it, and then it'd be the next one's coming out now. I'm not doing it.
It's true. That might
Yeah.
happen.
Because how long's that been out now? It's been out, what, 3 or 4 years now? And they've already
it's still
brought
the highest selling console.
they've brought the lights out and stuff like that, haven't they? So
Yeah, they brought out a new version already with a wider screen, but that's yet to be seen. Now, one of the things they announced a while ago was the Fantastic Four movie being made. Now, I'm hoping that they don't do another Origin Tale, because I think they've done Origin Tales for both the part. Well, the last one was an Origin Tale, and the previous one was as well. And I think they're at the point, as with Batman, we know already how they got their powers. We don't need another shot of that. But have you guys, like John Cena, as in You Can't See Me, has said he'd be interested in playing the that's it. You can't see me. Would be interested in playing a Thing. Who would you cast in the Fantastic Four, boys? Lay down your names. Is there anybody that you'd love to see in the Fantastic Four? Because they're going to be in their own film, I think, in the next couple of years.
no.
Put you in the corner, haven't I? Put you boys under pressure.
Not really. There's no one out there that interests me to be these people.
I can't remember. He was in Skins, and he was also in Chappie, and he was the scientist in Chappie.
Let me look it up.
Is it Depeche Patel?
The one that was in.
I know he was in.
Who was the Millionaire Slump Dog? Whatever it is.
Yeah. I think he'd be a good Mr. Fantastic.
Really, that's a big call.
Well, he's sort of on his way up. He's he's.
Well, yeah, he's in the Green Man as well, isn't he? I think.
Yeah. So he's on his way up, and
Dev Patel.
That's it. And I think he'd be good as Mr. Fantastic. There's no reason you have to pick any certain kind of person. You can mix it up completely.
Oh, you can do. I think, especially with Marvel, I'd heard various rumors, especially with the X-Men, that they might recast them as or Professor X and Magneto, update their format to be, I think, Magneto's African Rwandan.
He should be from Haiti. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think, because then you can and then if you get him to be from Haiti, you can have his origin, instead of being Auschwitz and Holocaust, it could be the Tonton Macoute coming for him, and then he gets his magnetic powers when he takes the machetes out of their hands, and then beheads them all. Boom, Magneto, done.
So you want the R-rated version, yeah?
You don't actually see it happen, but you imply it. You hear a big thud.
All these heads rolling down the hills.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to have the original cast come back for at least a little bit in Multiverse of Madness, because I don't think they got a proper send off with the last film, which I liked. The Phoenix. The last film they did, and it was the worst rated X-Men film. Did either of you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
I stopped it halfway through.
Really? Because I really enjoyed it. I thought, like, oh god,
I watched it with you.
Yeah, did you? But you didn't enjoy it either.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it because there was no Wolverine in it, so I didn't have to deal with that shit.
Nightcrawler was really good in it.
Yeah, and I thought the fight scenes were brilliant. But yeah, nobody liked it. So it'll be interesting to see if any of them pop.
Mind you, it was during COVID and there was nothing else to watch.
Just when I thought I'd pulled you back in.
No, we were banished, and you made me watch a lot of crap over that summer. You did. No, you made me watch a lot of crap.
You loved it. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. You loved the shows that we sat down and watched.
Pennyworth was the only one that was good that you said.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to cancel. Oh God. Pennyworth is to. I stand by this, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just say, if there's any show about with connections to superheroes that you should watch, I sincerely state that Pennyworth is one of those shows. It hardly got any publicity. I don't know why they put it on Star Plays. It really should have been put out to a channel like E4. It would have fitted perfectly into the E4 or like late night Saturday night show on.
There's a lot of
BBC
good
One.
shows on that Star Plays, but it's just
There's not enough.
It's a back menu, isn't it? In England, it's not a big channel, so
it's not a big catalog. Most of it's old stuff. Like I've got Powers. If you're into that, I was never into that show, but it's.
But there's another one, some Streets of Harlem or something. It's meant to be really good.
Yes,
Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Stand on there, which I stopped watching that. Doom Patrol. I tried watching Counterpoint. Everybody's raving about. There's a show called Catherine the Great, which people have been raving at, but I didn't find that was that good. And all their films, most of them are really old. Ghostbusters.
I didn't even know they had films.
Redemption. Triple X is on there, like really old, not that popular movies.
Yeah.
And if you're into Tyler Perry, they've got Medea's Witness Protection.
Oh, wow. Tyler Perry.
Yeah, knock him, but he's made a lot of money. All the Marvel films are made at his studios, and for some reason, people he made, because he's famous. Like, he's not over here famous, but he's famous. Like, have any of you heard of Medea?
Yep.
So
that's when he plays the grandma, isn't it?
Yeah, he like these films cost 20 million to make, and he makes 100 million on them. And for some reason, it's like the American version of Mrs. Brown Boys.
Oh god!
And look how much money that guy's made.
Yeah, and for some reason, people like men dressing up as women.
People like stupidity. That's what it is.
Yeah, but Medea is like it's big. Like there's been Medea.
Yeah, but Medea is very scary
Medea's
movie, Wayne's Brothers style, isn't it?
No, I think she did one horror version-y type stuff, but it's more silly. What Tyler Perry thinks a black woman's like, or grandma's like. It's not terrible. I'm just like, he's made a lot of money. I can't knock that. If I can make 100 million off a 20 million production, that's pretty good investment. That's 80%. So no, that's pretty good. But yeah, he's that's why they make all the Marvel films at his studios in Georgia.
So it must be cheap then to use.
Yeah. Well, tax breaks always does a job.
Everything's filmed in Georgia now, isn't it? Or
that's
Toronto.
why they keep filming Fast and Furious films over here. Like if anybody's driven in London traffic, Fast and Furious doesn't make any sense being in London.
Especially down the mall.
They keep filming it over here because of the tax breaks they get, or somebody in the government loves Vin Diesel. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, I think they even filmed the latest one, part of it over here. So yeah, good for them. Right, so what are you guys looking forward to over next week? I know we've got the next episode of What If coming. Is there anything that's exciting you boys, or not exciting?
Who is actually in this one?
I don't.
Have anyone seen a preview
they put any
for
trails out for? I haven't seen any trails for it.
Well, it's got to be. It's only in 2 days' time.
Let me see if there's anything on my all-time favorite YouTube.
Oh God. This is where our show goes backwards now because Curtis has the time.
No, how dare you? Right, the promo trailer is out. It came out 5 days ago. I didn't know that, and it's started to do with Doctor Strange.
Is it the evil Doctor Strange?
Is it the zombies?
From what I can see, it's something. It's got Doctor Strange and 4 in it. That's all I can tell you.
Because he did say at the end of the last one, "Welcome back, Mr. Rogers." So
I'm just seeing. I think it might be the zombie one. So yeah, it's Doctor Strange.
It would be all of them that's in the caskets, wouldn't it? Maybe
caskets.
There was the 6 caskets at the end, wasn't there?
I know, but I don't think it's connected to the episode 3.
Don't any of them link up? I thought they were meant to link up.
No. I think they'll link up in the final 2 episodes or the final episode. Because that's when it'll all come together, and I think they'll pick one character from each episode. And it's not necessarily going to be the character you think. So for the first episode, it might be Captain Carter, but it could be Steve Rogers. And then the next episode it will be with all of them dead. Guardians, it'll be Thanos. And then so forth and so on. And then it'll all come together. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know. But yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be the next one for that. And yeah, looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the next episode of C, which I'm telling you is a great show. And
I'm going to carry on watching the rest of Sopranos.
Wait, you're making your way all the way through the whole of Sopranos?
Yeah, I'm on halfway through season 3 now.
Impressive. What about you, Mike? Is there anything you're looking forward to this week?
No.
Probably finished Ted Lasso as well.
Yeah, next episode. How many episodes are they of that one?
10.
When's Visions?
Right, yeah,
when's Visions coming out?
That should be the week after next, I think. September the 9th or something like that, they said.
I think the 22nd, Star Wars Visions. Right, 22nd of September. That's out. So that's in 22nd of September.
23 days.
Yes, indeed.
It's not rocket science when it's the 30th.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So we'll have a literal crossover between that and What If. They'll both be on at the same time.
Or will
That's
they?
going to be interesting.
Will it not finish by then?
And next month should be, I think, Hawkeye as well, I think.
I thought that was October.
One of them should be out, Miss Marvel or Hawkeye, but something's coming out next month. That's Marvel.
Why's nothing out now? There used to always be something new on a Friday.
Well,
I suppose they released 2 films this week, didn't they?
Mm.
It's because
you need to watch Family Vacation on Disney Plus. That was quite a funny film with John Cena.
You can't see.
It's actually a pretty funny film. Maybe it's because I was hungover yet again.
Well, I think John Cena's quite funny, even from the trailer.
No, this is a really good film. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's it.
Or Friends Vacation, not Family Vacation.
Bloody hell, how did we manage to do it, gents? Do you know what time it is?
Sleepy time.
Let's come to the end of the show. Every time, I know listeners, trust me, I always worry we never have enough stuff, right? But we clearly do, and usually we have far too much stuff. But we've killed an hour again, which is nice. And I hope you're fully entertained.
And one day we will be organised to do everything.
No, Will. Look, I haven't shown
We'll write a script midweek.
I've been working on the format, and I've got an actual format for us to work from. I just haven't filled it with stuff for this week, but I'll email it to both of you so you can take a look at it, and then I'll send it to you before each show that we do. So we will be looking a lot tastier as the
year approaches.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all moving quite nicely, and I'll plan the shows ahead of time as well. So each week we have a theme, ladies and gentlemen. So
I'm not dressing up.
Dave, now you've said that, it's now going to be my mission to make you dress up. I can gladly pull my Spider-Man costume out of the wardrobe. We'll paint you green. And Mike, how Thor? I can see a Thor.
What depressed for?
He's more like the Thing at the moment.
Well, on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode from the Boys from Bossk. Obviously, make sure you like, share, tell the world about this episode. It'll be available on podcasts this week, next week, and every week, hopefully, moving forward. Thank you for joining us. This was the Boys from Bossk.